Ndị be anyị ekenekwanụ m unu. Anyị sị ka ụbọchị nke taa mara na anyị na mma. Anyị sị ka nkwenye chikwelu ya ezelụkwa. Dịka o si dị, ụmụ Igbo ewetara unu ozi gbasata maka ya bụ ife na-eme n'obodo anyị nọ n'ime ya. Andị nwere onwe a na-azụ n'ala Igbo. Ya bụ ife ka eji maka ya wee bịa n'iru akwụkwọ n'ụbọchị nke taa. Biko gee ntị ọfụma na ya bụ update anyị ji maka ya wee bịa na Eastern News 24 ebe anyị si na-ewetara ya bụ ozi. Ozi a bụ according to the Biafran activist wetara ya, and as he quote, Biafra intelligence exposed Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's lawyer unveils TINUBU and Justice James Omotosho hidden secret ahead of 10th October court trial of no case submission. Hear the news in details. All right, according to update Ajimakia Webianiru Akuno Bosoro Chinkitana, Eastern News 24. Biko Gaya Buife the Biafran activist will tell I. Over to you, sir.
Welcome back once again. I have often and I will always appreciate Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's lawyers. Sincerely speaking, they are doing a lot of good job to make sure Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is released. Remember that they submitted a no case submission stating that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has no case to answer. Sincerely speaking, the expose that they have made recently over the incitement and the plans and the plot beneath this particular no case submission that will be adhered on the 10th of October is exactly what will blow off your mind in this particular video. I will play it for you to hear clearly how this particular lawyer of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu came out without any fear or favor to state the obvious that these incitements and this rigmarole and this gimmicks you're seeing recently is against the Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's fair trial, is against the no case submission, is against the incitements they have incited to indict Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I will play it for you to hear clearly and see for yourself. When we tell you that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's lawyers are doing marvelous job beneath this particular case, you understand. Remember that they often visit Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and when they visit Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, they rub minds together against the plot that Justice Omotosho and probably Omowolo is putting up. There is nothing hidden under the surface of the earth that will not be revealed on a special day. I will play the video for you to hear clearly. We've often stated it here, time with that number, that ever since they submitted this no case submission, it is obvious that the federal government led by Bola Ahmed Tinubu through its legal team, Amowolo, will often bring out things to make sure that they authenticate and state that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has a case to answer. Sincerely speaking. So when you see this incitement and these witnesses that came to court and made statement against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, then you understand what I'm saying. But if I show you, listen attentively to this particular incitement that the Ribadu, being the National Security Advisor, stated recently against IPOB and ESN. Watch and listen attentively to what he stated. And when we come back, I will exactly play the video of what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu stated, the lawyer stated as a reply to this particular motive against 10th October. Watch, and when we come back, we'll continue.
I agree with Professor Bande, if there is no Nigeria, certainly there will be no North. Nigeria has to be secured first. And that's why we took our time to address problems, not necessarily just in the north, but other areas. For example, the Niger Delta. We fixed the Niger Delta. Today, crude oil production is over 1.8 million barrels a day, from 1 million at the time when we took over. Because that is why we are getting the resources and the money to run our country. Today, those who wanted to dismember Nigeria, the IPOB, the ESN, who insisted that Nigeria must break, we stopped them. We did. Just to agree with Professor Bande, you must have a country first. And we have done a lot of work in the north, and I will come to share with you. At the time when we took over, few things, but extremely, very worrying, disturbing, was ongoing. 4 intractable security challenges impacted our country. They are Boko Haram. Boko Haram is close to over 20 years now. And not long ago, even Lakura, because of the collapse of the Sahel countries. All of them are gone. It's only Nigeria as a Sahel country that is standing, but we feel it. Banditry, especially in the north, and kidnappings, northern Nigeria, northwest, north central, and indeed across. Separatists, I have told you about them, the IPOBs and so on. The Niger Delta and communal clashes across the country, both in and out. What the SGF said about harder farmer clashes. 3 of these categories of challenges, Islamist insurgency, I've told you about the Sahel, banditry and communal conflicts, which includes farmers and herders clashes, were predominant, particularly in northern Nigeria.
Come back, I believe you've seen the narrative that is being pushed, so that this no case submission probably will be rejected, and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will now have a case to answer come 10th of October 2025 under Justice Omotosho. Look at it. Now, the NCA is coming out now to make this particular statement. Remember that there's been a court order stating that the IPOB is not actually a terrorist group. Quickly remember that the ESN was actually formed to protect the farmlands in the southeastern region over the invasion of the Fulani herdsmen, where they chase out farmers from their farmlands when they go to harvest their crops. Now, listen attentively to NNAMDI KANU'S lawyer, who came out and made statements regarding this particular narrative that is being pushed against the 10th October on the no-case submission of NNAMDI KANU, stating that these Jimmys and whatever they want to stay and the narrative is clearly known by the lawyers. Sincerely speaking, after watching this video, you understand that NNAMDI KANU'S lawyers are doing a marvelous job. Watch, and when we come back, we'll wrap up.
This message goes to those that address IPOB as proscribed organization. I want to make this clarification to those who are following in ignorance. Indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, is not a terrorist organization. It's registered in various countries of the world. Here in Nigeria, in order to stop NNAMDI KANU and the good people of Igbo land from agitating and exercising their right of self-determination, the then tyrannic and despotic government led by autocratic President Muhammad Buhari, with the help of his then Attorney General, rushed to court, and the court ignorantly granted them the right to proscribe IPOB as a terrorist organization. Well, I don't want to go into that because the matter is pending in court at the Supreme Court as we speak, where we are challenging that proscription. But meanwhile, the same Nigerian court, led by presided over by Honorable Justice Federal High Court, has also ruled that IPOB is not an unlawful assembly organization. That one is on that. So anybody, be you in the media house or anybody that called IPOB a proscribed organization or a terrorist organization, henceforth shall meet us in court. We will challenge, we will file action of defamation against such an individual or organization. That one is on that. Secondly, I want to also let the members of the public to disregard all the plan led by the Nigerian government in order to punish NNAMDI KANU, who is facing trial. If you watch, anytime NNAMDI KANU's matter is coming up, or we are waiting for a particular ruling for NNAMDI KANU, Nigerian government and the enemies of NNAMDI KANU, the enemies of Igbo people, will come to the southeast to blackmail NNAMDI KANU, especially when there is a crime committed by the people they know, committed by the terrorists, especially Fulani terrorists. They will say that it is IPOB. You just imagine, that was a couple of days ago. To be precise, I think that was on the 24th of July. Yes, I don't know, 24th or the 5th of July, when there was an incident that happened in Mbano, in Imo State. In less than 2 hours of such an incident, the Commissioner of Police said that that act was committed by members of IPOB. How did you carry out investigation and arrive in such a conclusion in less than 2 hours? Commissioner of Police, we know what they are doing because they know that the ruling on no-case submission is coming up on the 10th of October. But we are not that. So, and we are going to start with the police by filing information of character, so they know that we are serious. You tell us how you arrived. Since you know that the people that committed, since you know the people that committed the atrocities, what stopped you from getting them arrested? It's very unfair, and it's very shameful. So, the essence of making this video is to advise you to disregard all those their gimmicks, all those their plan to let the judiciary to paint IPOB black before the judiciary. That's what they are doing, and we know their plan, and it will not stand. Thanks, and God bless you.
Come back once again. I'm of the opinion that we'll get to the comment section and appreciate NNAMDI KANU'S lawyer for this marvelous job and the reply that this particular lawyer has stated, authentifying that IPOB is not a terrorist group. It is obvious that the court orders has been stated and this particular country will actually fail their own court orders. Sincerely speaking, NNAMDI KANU'S lawyers are doing a marvelous job. On this no-case submission that they submitted, they actually know what to do, and the documents and files and facts to back it up. Sincerely speaking, look at it. You know, after the National Security Advisor made that particular statement, NNAMDI KANU'S lawyer took it as a narrative that yes, this is the Jimmy's day. They want to portray against this no case submission. Remember that they stated that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu incited violence and the rest of other statements they made against him in court. Now, if they keep pushing these narratives, it could be, assuming they not consider that Justice Omotosho may not accept that no case submission and actually say that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the case to answer. But this reply that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's lawyers are always out on point to always give it to them the way they deserve it. You understand that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's lawyers are doing marvelous job. Get to the comment section, appreciate them, and type there that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's lawyers are doing well, and God will continue to bless and give them more intelligence to actually give a good reply and a systematic and a constitutional backings to all what they are stating. It is obvious. It is not easy defending a man that has not committed any crime, in as much as they are trying to indict him with a lot of atrocities and a lot of allegations. Look at it. This is left for Justice Omotosho to see the handwriting on the wall and obey the rule of law. Let them obey the rule of law and see what is happening. A lot of things are happening. Look at the statements they are making. Look at the clashes of the farmers and the herders. The farmers will get to their farmland to farm, and the herdsmen will attack them, eat up their crops. Do you know what it takes for a farmer to even buy a bag of fertilizer, or even get to use his devoted time to get to the farm and to cultivate his crops, only for them to be attacked by Fulani herdsmen? And they will go there, destroy their maize, destroy their cassava, and give it to their cows. For crying out loud, in a civilized country, you cannot see cows moving around and roaming around the streets. But in Nigeria here, this is exactly what is happening. And the ESN was formed to actually protect the farmlands in the southeastern region. And now look at the narratives that they are being pushing against the 10th of October 2025. Remember that Justice Omotosho is in vacation, and after seeing this particular video and seeing all the narratives that is being pushed and the authentication and the backings that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's lawyers are actually giving this particular case, you understand that they are always on point and ahead of all the narratives that is being pushed. React on the comment section and appreciate Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's lawyers, because they are doing a marvelous job, notwithstanding any fear or favor over this particular matter. Don't forget to share, like, and also hit the subscribe button. Express your grievances, express your points and opinion towards this particular matter, and what do you think and what is your expectations come 10th of October, irrespective of the fact that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's lawyers have stood firm and they have stated it without any fear or favor that they are on it to make sure Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is released. Remember that a Kenyan court, a co-African court, has given an order. Don't forget to share. Thanks for watching. See you in my next video.
Ndị ba ngwadalo li nenu dikun si wee ge ya bụ ife wetelu n'ụbọchị uruchi nke taa. Anyị ga-anapụ unu kun ya tia gbasata maka ya bụ ife ndị a niile ụmụnne wetela anyị. Gwa ifu nche n'udo nke unu. Ngwanụ ka emesịa na ụmụnne m.